Lesbian Detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, Lesbian Detectives. Lesbian Detectives. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message. I present to you the Lesbian Detectives.
This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here talking about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We actually recorded a couple days before Thanksgiving, so our Thanksgiving hasn't started yet, but I know it's going to be amazing because I am so thankful for Thanksgiving.
Even though we might go through some rough times, we have to remember the good and give thanks to what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like holidays remind us to stop and appreciate what we have and those that love us and those that we love.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Let me know how you guys Thanksgiving went. Let me know. Comment, inbox me, everything. I will answer you. Trust me. And don't forget, the month of December, I have so many case suggestions. I probably can't do all of them, but I'm doing like case suggestions only because I keep getting them like, oh, let me do them. Because like I always like plan the cases we're going to do. So like when the cases just come, like, oh shoot, I need to get this involved. So the people that ask me, you guys, cases are on its way. It'll be in December. So starting next week. I had to pick my calendar out.
Quick question though.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Thanksgiving. Food-wise, what is what you look most forward to for Thanksgiving? Like what dish or side?
So my family's originally from Tennessee.
Memphis?
Yeah. My grandmama passed away this year in July, and it was a coconut cake. And it's weird to say, but none of my family members liked it but me and my grandmama.
Mm.
Like, she would just get it for herself, and then as I got older, I started liking it, and she like, oh, I gotta share. But she would only share with me because she never shared her coconut cake, and I always felt so happy to share a piece with her. So that's one thing I feel like I'm so excited about. Like, it was a tradition to eating a coconut cake with her. Even though she only gave me one piece and she like, okay, that's it. But it was a coconut cake.
I've never really had coconut cake for Thanksgiving, but I know I spent a Thanksgiving with your family or with our family, and it was the banana pudding.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it changed my life. I was like, what? Like, I've been missing this the whole time.
It's a homemade banana pudding, so like old school. Like.
And it was your grandma's recipe. May she rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the best banana pudding I've ever had, and I'm a fan now.
She taught everybody. So like all my cousins knows, like even though we knew how to make it, we were like, hey grandmama, can you make it for us real quick? Like we would go buy it, just make it. And sometimes she would do it, guys, but sometimes she would like, no, like you gotta wait until this time. Cause she like only do it in certain parts of the year, always on holidays. Sometime on your birthday, like your birthday's coming up, she's like, okay, do you want it or not? You're like, yes. But it's amazing. I have to teach my daughter when she gets older too.
Yep.
But her attention span is not the best yet, so we're going to wait. But she loves to cook, guys. She loves. For Christmas, we got a lot of stuff for her to cook with. Even though she's 2, but she loves to be in the kitchen and cook. Okay, that's enough bannering, guys. I'm sorry. It was kind of long this time, okay? Sorry. But let's get into this episode. Today's case is about a young woman who was excited to celebrate her friend's 21st birthday. She went to work, talked on the phone, and then she went to bed. Around 4:30 a.m., her trailer caught on fire. The police believe it was faulty wiring, but as they looked into the fire, that wasn't the case. It seemed someone started the fire to cover up a crime. This is the case of Kelcey Fike. Kelcey Renee Fike was born on March 26, 1987 to Randy and Mary Jo Fike in Wisconsin. She met her best friend Jamie Grams in kindergarten, and the two became very close friends. They did everything together. They talk on the phone every single day. When Kelcey was in high school, she described as shy, introvert girl with a silly, free spirit who sang, danced, and had a good sense of humor. When she graduated from high school, she went to Highland Community College in Freeport, Illinois. In the summer of 2006, Kelcey's parents moved to Nebraska to be close to Mary Jo's parents. Kelcey moved with her family to Kearney. Her mother got a job working for CHI Health Good Samaritan. Kelcey and Jamie talked on the phone daily after she moved, many trips to see one another. During one of Jamie's trips, Kelcey got a tattoo of a gold koi fish on her back in tribute to her favorite band, Sublime. I actually thought I never heard of this band before. And then I played one of their songs. I'm like, oh my God, I know this band. Like, sometimes I feel like, I don't know if you guys know it. I don't know if you guys ever feel the same way. I feel like you know a song, but you never know the artist's name.
Exactly.
And then somebody play, you're like, oh my God, I love this song. I'm like, girl, I've been seeing this artist for long. Like, for real?
Yeah.
Like, when I played it, I was like, whoa, because I played it for you too. Like, have you heard it? You like, yeah, I know who they are. Like, oh.
So it happens the same way to me. A lot of people will be like, oh, who's this art? Or do you know this artist? You know this song? And I'm like, if you play it for me, I might, but I need to hear it because I can't keep up. I can barely keep up with my own words.
Right. Your own words. Around this time, Kelcey met a young man named Alex Young, a reserve member of the Nebraska Army National Guard. The two were soon inseparable and moved into a remote trailer park to save for a home. After a year of being together, Alex gave Kelcey a diamond promise ring and vowed to always be there for her and take care of her. The couple had a beloved basset hound named Dante. He was very protective over Kelcey.
Dogs usually are.
They said those dogs actually are very protective of their owners. Like, if anybody come near their own, they would bark. Like, I'm scared of dogs, guys. Let's be honest.
Of everything. We've discussed it before, not just dogs.
Okay, let's continue this case.
Birds, cats.
Let's continue to the case. The night of June 15th, 2008, she called her best friend Jamie about their upcoming trip to Wisconsin. Jamie was watching a movie with her boyfriend, so she let the phone go to voicemail. She didn't think nothing of the call. Kelcey actually left her voicemail saying, 4 more days. Woo, love you, dude. Talk to you later. They was planning a trip for Jamie's 21st birthday on June the 22nd.
Aw, that's sweet.
I know. Kelcey was alone with her dog in the trailer that day because Alex was out of town in Louisiana for training for the National Guard. Normally, Casey usually stayed with her parents during the training days as she didn't like to be alone. But this night was different. She was packing and planning to see her best friend. I'm one of those people that if my wife goes out of town, I'm staying with my mom.
Scared to be alone.
Yeah, or I ask mom, hey, do you want to stay? And she was like, no, but then she still stays because I'd be scared.
Even the simplest things, like yesterday you had to go to the store and you're like, should I take my mom? And then she couldn't even go because the baby fell asleep on her.
Yes, my mom was on vacation, so she's visiting us, so.
And then I was like, well, do you need me to go? You're like,
yes. Guys, I watch too many crime shows. Someone's going to the store with me. I'm very shaky. On June 16th, 2008, Kelcey got home from work around 5:30 p.m. Her neighbors later saw her walking her dog, Dante, around 9 p.m. Kelcey sent a text to her boyfriend around 1 a.m. A few hours later, a couple of people out delivering papers noticing smoke around Kelcey's trailer. They called 911. At 4:30 a.m., the mobile home burst in flames.
Wow.
The whole back side of the trailer where the bedroom was located were in flames.
Dang.
The fire was so bad that the neighbors were forced to stay back and wait until the fire department came. All they could do was just scream and cry out for Casey and her dog because she was so loved in their community. By the time the fire department got the blaze under control, it was too late. Kelcey's body was found outside the master bedroom in the hallway. Her beloved dog was found dead in the living room.
Wow.
At first glance, it looked like Kelcey's death was an accident due to fire. The mobile home was pretty old, so they thought nothing of this fire. Upon further inspections, investigators noted that Kelcey's body wasn't burned as badly as it should be if the fire killed her. They considered whether her cause of death was actually smoke inhalation. Both an autopsy proved the idea was wrong. The medical examiner, he looked at Kelcey's body. She had bruising on her body, a broken nose, a busted lip, blunt force trauma to her head. The coroner report concluded that she had been strangled by a hand and was dead before the fire started. The killer presumably set the house on fire shortly after his crime to cover up killing of Kelcey.
Wow.
After Kelcey's family was notified, they called Jamie's mother and told her what happened. Jamie was at work when she got the news. She didn't believe it until she talked to Mary Jo herself. The neighbors said it was a quiet night. They didn't hear nothing out of Kelcey's trailer or any barking. Given that her dog was very protective over her, you would hear a loud bark or the scent howling. Investigators believe that Kelcey probably knew her killer.
That's what I was going to say.
The front and back door had been also unlocked, so there was no sign of forced entry. The police crime scene investigator, Doug, later said the dog was very possessive and he was very protective. He would bark at anybody that came up near the house. He was a basset hound, so people knew when he was barking and nobody heard him barking that night. It seemed very odd. I know nothing about dogs.
Unless they took the dog out first.
But he would still bark if somebody came up. It seemed like if anybody came to the trailer, he would bark.
Right, but what I'm saying is, say they fed him something. He knew the killer, so that's why he didn't bark. And then they fed him something or gave him some kind of tranquilizer while they attacked his owner.
The police looked into Kelcey's boyfriend, Alex Young, but cleared him of any involvement after he passed a polygraph test and submitted his DNA sample. His alibi also checked out. Alex was out of town training with the National Guard when this crime was committed. As to whether someone dangerous had gained proximity to his girlfriend, Alex said, "We were very open with each other. We told each other everything. If she was scared of somebody, I would have known about it. But I didn't catch any vibe from anybody like that." The police did get a sliver of luck when a camera across the street showed a dark-colored sedan leaving the area just 10 minutes before the home caught on fire. Unfortunately, the camera was way too far to get a decent description of the car and plate number.
Dang.
Investigator Doug McCarty said that they recovered some samples of DNA from Kelcey's body, but due to water pressure from the fire hoses and the fire itself, Kelcey's DNA and the killer DNA were actually mixed together. McCarthy sent 2 different DNA samples to the most advanced forensic labs to see if they could separate the DNA, possibly leading to a match for the unknown person. Unfortunately, the technology was not advanced yet. There is still a reward, $30,000 for anybody who can provide any information leading to the capture of the person of Kelcey's death. In 2018, on the 10th-year anniversary of Kelcey's murder, the police department, Mike Kurtwood, said that the department still received tips about Kelcey every week. Although they do not have a suspect yet, they believe that day is coming. It's just a matter of time before the technology to separate the DNA strand is available.
Yeah.
After Kelcey's death, Alex served a year in Iraq and returned home to Nebraska with the rest of his troop. He now lived in Lincoln with his new girlfriend, but he said that the pain of Kelcey's death never goes away.
I wonder how far apart it was before he got his girlfriend.
Well, he went to war, so it's constantly there. It's never going to not be there. It's always going to wonder what happened and what's going on with the case. Alice believed that someday Kelcey's killer will be brought to justice. Jamie, Kelcey's best friend, has found it difficult to move on. She suffered from depression and anxiety attack for a while after the murder. She also found herself calling Kelcey's phone for months after her funeral because that was part of her daily routine. Jamie now has 2 children and a husband. She talks about her best friend all the time and share photos of her with her children so Kelcey's memory will live on. Kelcey's parents and siblings are having a hard time moving on. Her mother is especially broken. Every time she hears her remaining daughter laugh, it reminds her of Kelcey. Her mother wants whoever did this to be found as soon as possible. Not just to get justice for Kelcey, but so no one else can get hurt and have the pain and terror that she did for her daughter. If you have any information on Kelcey Renee Fike, please call the police department 308-237-2104 or Crime Stoppers at 308-237-3424. Before we end this case, let's remember the young lady lost her life. She was so shy. She loved to sing and dance. She was so excited to celebrate her friend's 21st birthday. She usually didn't stay at home. She stayed with her parents because she was a little scared. But this time, she stayed because she was planning on packing that day. Let's not forget her. If you know any information, please contact the police. And I pray and hope that they found the DNA that they need to solve this case. This is the case of Kelcey Fike. And let's get into some theories.
Let's get into some theories.
You or me?
You can go.
I always think about the dog. The dog, I feel like, will solve this case because people say, like, he wouldn't bark when somebody get close to the door or anywhere around them. For him not to bark or the neighbors to hear him, because they say, yeah, we hear him. So for them not to hear him, it's kind of like, make me think, like, what happened? Whoever did it, they got him first. We all know that because they need to get the most toughest person out. Or animal. It could be an animal.
Right.
So I wonder, as you said when I was reading the case, did they probably give him something to snack on or his food to calm him down? Because I wonder why he didn't bark. Because he would bark if they got close to the trailer. So why didn't he bark this one time? Maybe
because he knew the person.
But even like, think about when we go to our friend's house who has a dog, they know us. We've been there 1,000 times. But when we ring that doorbell or get close, she's barking. So I feel like...
Or maybe the dog did bark, but it wasn't too loud.
Or growled. He probably growled.
Or growled, yeah.
That's a good thought. I don't know. I feel like that's the most important thing. Why didn't the dog bark or growl loud?
Right.
Because she could have said, hey, be quiet. You know, she probably... What if she saw someone coming? Like she knew who was coming. Like she worked, she went to work. How about she had a friend probably coming over? Like, hey, I'm going to come over on this time.
Right.
So I wonder if she had a friend coming over and they got into an argument.
Right.
Or they were trying to steal. I don't know. I was thinking about the dog. I don't know. I'm stuck on the dog. I don't know if anybody else who has a dog, I can be more clear with, or even that type of dog, come in and say, yeah, this is a reason.
Give us a little bit of insight on what that type of dog does or how they behave or how they would react to a situation like this.
Because I just feel like it's so important. I wonder, to be honest, I know it's the dog. I don't know if it cremated or buried. I wonder if they can look, because I looked online to see how the dog died, but they really did get into me details about how the dog died. You know, I wondered the dog to get burned in the fire, or was it, like you said, did they eat something that made them calm and collect, or anything else like tranquilizer?
Right.
Probably a tranquilizer because that's probably expensive, but we don't know.
So the only thing that I don't understand is she would always spend the night with her parents if she was ever alone. Mm-hmm. And this time she didn't. Mm-hmm. I know she had a trip on the 22nd, but she passed on the 17th. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm a procrastinator, I guess.
I'm not.
I usually pack the day before, the night of. I don't really pack 5 days before because by that time I would already go through all my pants and wardrobe. Like, I would have to wash again. That doesn't make any sense to me. Is why did she decide to stay in her trailer?
Do you think that she had somebody come over to visit her while her boyfriend, that's why she stayed?
That could be a possibility. Maybe she was waiting for somebody. I don't know who, but it seems odd because that wasn't her typical behavior.
This is not my theory, but I did read online that a lot of people think that she was cheating on her boyfriend. I read it online because, guys, when I do my research, I see a lot of people's theories because, you can read the comments. People did say that they think that she was cheating on her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying she did. That's not my theory.
Right. But it is a possibility that, and that would make sense because if she was cheating on him, the next person probably found out or they had some kind of disagreement and he decided to unalive her. But we don't have a lot to go by. Like, we don't know if she had any enemies, if she was living a double life. It just seems really odd. Now, if I had a friend that I wanted to come and visit me, I would be okay telling that friend to come to my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had somebody on the side, then I would be like, I'm going to stay home.
So you basically question, why did she stay at home? Because she's so because she was scared, always scared to stay at home.
Right.
Because she didn't feel protected.
Unless she had somebody else who made her feel protected.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be,
And I can see that point because I'm like 28, guys. And when my wife go out of town, and she doesn't go out of town a lot, sometimes go out of town for work or training, and I be scared out of my mind. And I have a 2-year-old. I be like, Mom, stay with me. We have cameras, alarm, everything. I'm like, still don't feel safe. She was in a trailer, and I feel like trailers are not that safe.
Yeah. Right.
So I wonder if somebody was there. And I also wonder, let's be honest, do her best friend know?
I don't know.
Because they talk daily. If I'm being honest, guys, and y'all can agree with me. If I'm cheating on my spouse, my friend gonna know. Because that's my cover. The person who gonna know, not like, when it first start, no. But I'm gonna slick and tell a little information about the person to my friend. Or even to my mom.
That's you, though. That's not everybody, because it could be frowned upon, especially because her boyfriend was serving in the military. And it happens a lot to people that serve in the military. Mm-hmm. Long distance relationships are not for the weak. They are very hard. I could not do a long distance relationship. Mm-hmm. And I told my wife that when we first met. If it's long distance.
But we wasn't long distance at all.
I know, but I was just saying, like, my deal breakers. Or it was also like kids. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know if I was ready to be a parent right then and there. But I mean, it is a possibility. He was serving in the military. She needed some kind of companionship. Mm-hmm. Somebody else made her feel safe. She didn't feel comfortable enough to bring this person to her parents' house. The neighbors saw somebody in a car
leaving 10 minutes. Well, not the neighbors, but they camera caught somebody leaving 10 minutes before the fire. I'm thinking about what you just said. I'm stuck on it for a second.
Yeah.
If you go out of town and I'm cheating on you, of course my side piece coming over. I want them over because I feel like that's our alone time. It's probably hard to deal with you here. Like you're in our state. You out of our state. Because that was in Nebraska. He was in Louisiana when he went away. That's far.
Yeah.
So, I'm questioning a little bit. Did she have somebody? That's why the dog probably was happy with them. Not happy, but the dog was comfortable around this person.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that makes sense, unless you can give me somebody who had been bothering her.
But think about this. If they start fighting, that dog would start barking right then and there.
Right. But what I'm saying is, what if the dog was giving some kind of tranquilizer or some kind of poison? Even something as simple as chocolate can make a dog sick, So this person really had to kind of think things through because if there's a dog involved, that dog's going to try and do whatever it can to protect its owner. So you have to put the dog out first.
But if you think it's somebody that she had as a side piece, as you say, do you think they was having a good time and they just had an argument? Like it wasn't meant to be that, that way.
Oh, like it just kind of happened.
It kind of happened. Do you think it was like a crime of passion? It's like in the moment kind of killing.
It could have just happened last minute, and then that's why they decided to burn the whole thing down.
Because you think about it, the dog where she was placed, she was outside the master bedroom. So say they get in an argument
Mm-hmm.
and they fight and stuff like that.
Or another possibility is that somebody in that trailer park maybe became infatuated with her and they decided, oh, okay, she's by herself. Maybe somebody was watching her and decided to go and see her. And maybe the dog didn't bark because the dog knew a lot of the neighbors, or I don't know really how cordial her neighbors were.
They loved her.
Yeah, and so that could have been a possibility too. Like she probably didn't cheat, but somebody else was keeping an eye on her, wanting her to
Be with them.
be with them.
Like, your boyfriend don't deserve you. I deserve you. I love you.
But clearly this person felt another type of way because he beat her.
Mm-hmm.
He
Strangled her.
multiple blows to the head, and it seemed like a pretty violent death. And then he even like burned down her entire home.
To me, the dog went first. I don't know why I'm thinking that, because the dog is very protective. If they start arguing, the dog probably felt that tension. And what if he kind of hit the dog or did something to the dog? And she's like, don't touch my dog. And he got mad at her even more and started beating her.
Right.
Like, what if he hit the dog so hard the dog just kind of passed out a little bit?
Right.
And she probably got mad and was like, don't hit my dog. And then that's when everything went down.
But I do think that whoever it was somebody with a black sedan.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looked like everybody else knew of each other, and that was the only thing that was pretty odd that matched the time frame of when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fast a fire can start, but 10 minutes should be long enough.
Well, that's before like it just poosh. Like people
that's
saw
what
like
I'm saying. Like he could have started and then gone.
Mhm.
10 minutes later, it could have already gotten the whole trailer home.
I can see that. I'm stuck because it is so many possibilities of who could have done it. You have a side piece. You have somebody that's obsessed with her.
Mhm.
Then you just have a stranger.
Any phone records that might shed some
Well, they
light?
said that she texted her boyfriend at 1 a.m. That was the last thing. I don't know if they have more proof and they just not like more evidence and not telling us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wonder if she was cheating on him, she would have like phone or text messages.
Right.
So I wonder if they ever like look into everybody that she ever called and text.
Or even the friend, if she knew something and it helped solve her friend's case, I feel like it's better to just come out and say, hey, look, like she was involved in this or that, but at least they could catch the murder. Like we're not all perfect. We're human and we mess up. And I don't know. I guess the type of life that we live in, we don't judge, but I feel like it would be grounds for me to say, oh, like if I was her friend, this is what I know.
I think Jimmy would have, because how much it hurt her. Like, she was depressed. She had anxiety. I feel like she would have spoke up if she really knows some information. Yeah, I don't feel like she would have kept it. How much her murder affected her. Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah. I just wish we had more to go off.
We always wish that, but I feel like the police do have to keep stuff to themselves. They won't. No.
Compromise.
I wonder if they have made the DNA sample thing possible yet. Because we are in 2024. Her case happened in 2008.
Yeah. I saw something not too long ago about an Ancestry.com. Somebody took DNA 25 or 30 years later. And
30
they found
years?
out.
Her grandmama killed somebody,
Yeah.
and it's all that murder. Whew. Nowadays, tell your grandkids not to do that. I mean, I found my brother was like, he was placed up for adoption. I found him through an ancestry. So, I mean, you can find anybody nowadays.
Right.
Guys, this is our case. If you have any theories or if you know anything, please
shed some light.
We are on all social media. We are on all major podcast platforms. We are also on YouTube. I do shorts on YouTube. I do True Crime 1 Minute. My wife is working on a documentary. We are doing a lot. So please come check us out. You know, like the case is on like one day that you can listen to it, but come check out YouTube. In our TikTok, I post daily with True Crime 1 Minute. And next month, I'm doing case suggestions. I cannot wait to do some of the case suggestions that you guys have actually asked me to do. And I'm thankful for you guys to trust me to do the cases that you like to hear and will love to listen to. So, hope you had a nice Thanksgiving, and let's finish this year out good. And thank you all for supporting us and listening to us and keep pushing us forward. Thank you. And this is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And don't forget, everybody's a suspect
Until proven innocent.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Lesbian Detectives. let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, Lesbian Detectives, Lesbian Detectives. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the Lesbian Detectives.